Hey there. Here's a quick demo of a little digital signage app that shows real-time train arrivals on the Washington, D.C. Metro. The way it works is very simple. I can just use the arrows to select a line like this, and then I can use the arrows again to select a station like that. And then this page shows the trains arriving in real time, and it's automatically updated every 15 seconds. So possibly in a moment, you might see some of the numbers change. For example, that train going to Vienna Fairfax is going to be arriving in the station soon, so it should change from 1 to a little note that shows that it's arriving. That'll take a moment. We can leave it up on the screen while we have a look at some of the code. So the way it's implemented is really quite simple. On the first page, there's just a static list of the train lines, so that's pretty easy. There, you can see it updating. The list of stations on each line is cached here just because that they don't change very often. So on the file that shows the lines or the stations on a line, we just load that file and then go ahead and display it as links on the screen. And then on the page that shows the real-time arrivals, we're calling a API from the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority.com, requesting a particular station. You'll notice that we include an API key, which you can get from their website if you'd like to run the app yourself. And then every 15 seconds, we just call this function that loads the data about the trains. And all it's doing is replacing the contents of this list div right here with a bunch of pretty ordinary HTML links like that. So the way that we do the remote control navigation is in this handy script called type ahead. This is a reusable script that you can add to any website that will allow you to add remote control navigation. So you just use the arrow keys to select between all of the text links on the page. And then when you hit enter, it simply follows that link. And then when you hit the back button, it literally just calls history back to go back to the previous page. So that allows you to take any website and with only making just a few modifications by dropping in this file and creating a way to select the links just by defining a.selected in your CSS, you can make any website navigable using that same technique. So I can show you how I use that on my personal website as well, like that. Basically, you can do exactly the same thing. You can select between different pages using the arrow keys, and then you can navigate like that. And you'll notice that the way it does the navigation, it tries to keep the selected link centered on the page by scrolling up and down. So instead of moving the focus where when you hit the arrow keys, it moves up and down, it keeps the focus in the same place and it makes the contents of the page slide back and forth. So when I scroll to the top, and it wraps around as well, when I scroll to the top, it looks like that. So that's about it for the demo. Not much more to see there, but you can see that this is a pretty simple, effective, decent looking website written with a pretty small amount of code that just shows how easy it can be to get up and running with a digital signage application on Senza. Thanks for watching.